we were seeing that the scriptures provide the goal that human body is not meant for pursuing the ultimate goal of काम and अर्थ पुरुषार्थ. वेदैश्च सर्वैः मे वेद्या तमेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रवृत्ति प्रसृता पुराणी. In Gita, Bhagavan has said many times, Tamev chadyam purusham prapadye. One should pursue the same one Purush only. One alone should be known. Anityam asukham imam lokam prapya bhajassamam. Bhagavan says in 9th chapter, this world which is impermanent and not of the nature of joy, one should, getting this world, one should invest his time in my bhajan only. Various places Bhagavan has said. And he says, Devi Sampad Vimokshaya. So one should develop Devi Sampatti for the liberation. And therefore, importance of these three yogas are there, which are, I had mentioned, they are the course of discipline coming from the infrastructure of Varna and Ashram Vyavastha. So the course of discipline through which we, three courses of discipline were there, Karma Yoga, Upasana Yoga and Jnana Yoga. The course of this discipline through which we are much free from the onslaught of the external world, that is called Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga makes you free from being the punching bag of the world. Karma Yoga makes you free from being a punching bag of the world. Our ego dilution program, Rag Dvesh dilution program, through which you are free from the tremendous thoughts of the world. That is the aim of Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is not the one, I am repeating it, by doing number of action you do not become a Karma Yogi. How busy you are, it has nothing to do with the Karma Yoga. There is a fashion to say I am very busy, but busy is not equal to good person. Busy is not equal to good person or great person. It's not that if you are busy you are great. If you are busy you are selfless. It has nothing to do with that only. Ants are also busy. They say also as busy as an ant. And the smugglers are also busy. So busy has nothing to do with that. Karma Yoga is a process through which you dilute your ahankar, your rag and dvesh by a series of actions which are soaked in a certain bhavana. Remember that? Series of action soaked in a certain bhav. Uttam Karmani was soaked in the Ishwar bhav. Which bhav? The bhav of offering and bhav of receiving with prasad bhakti. I had already explained, I have less time, so I will go ahead. So, Upasana, when I came to Upasana Yoga, yesterday we developed quite a subject on Upasana. Upasana, what is the word? Three things: in coordinator, synchronizer, and integrator of our personality. Again I will repeat this. Upasana is a coordinator. Second I said synchronizer. And third I said integrator of our personality. What for? So that I can go internal in my mind for a longer time. I can internalize the higher thought for a longer time. I can internalize and intensify the long for a higher thought for extended time. I can internalize and intensify the higher thought for a long time. Upasana keeps you prepared. It makes you, so Karma Yoga frees you from the world. Karma Yoga frees you, makes you free from the onslaught of the external world. World is not puller and pusher for you. World is not a puller and pusher for you. Don't think world, you will be out of the world. You will have to live in the world, but world will cease to push you and pull you too much. What Upasana does? Upasana makes your mind ready for. It is like preparing a runaway for a higher flight. It is preparing a runaway. Upasana clarifies the jungle all around, Karma Yoga removes the jungle all around, and Upasana takes you and makes a runaway in that jungle for the higher flights of bigger thoughts. Is it clear? Supposing I ask you 2 into 2, so you will say 4. I ask you, okay, 15 into 15, bolo? 225. 15 into 15, 225. Acha, 25 into 25. Well, you are taking mathematics class or? Kitna? 625. Acha, then you tell me 23 into 23. Well, 23 into 23? कोई वैदिक मैथमेटिक्स वाला नहीं है क्या? There is something called Vedic mathematics also. So they are fast calculators. क्या है 23 into 23? 480? How 3 तो हो ही नहीं सकता. 489 ही होगा. हाँ? कितना है? Where you calculate, you went inside. You are not seeing outside to calculate, your mind had to go inside to calculate, and if I go bigger figures, you have to go much inside to calculate that. Where you calculate, the habit of going there all the time, that is the gift of Upasana. So Upasana not only synchronizes, integrates and coordinates, it internalizes your mind also. It internalizes your mind also. If Upasana is not done, a person will not have the habit of going deep. I am not using the word introvert because introvert is used sometimes in a negative sense also. Well, he has become introvert. Sometimes boring person, useless person, lonely person. Well, he has become, after death of his wife, he has become introvert. Some become introvert while the wife is living also. So they say he has become introvert, something is there. So now what happens, when this capacity is there in a person, it includes bhakti also. I'll come to bhakti also. It includes bhakti also, because without bhakti, upasana is not possible. You cannot repeat any thought unless you have love for that thought. You can repeat certain thought when you have, remember 3-4 kinds of meditation I had mentioned yesterday, relaxing meditation, all these meditation, your mind is now malleable, it is now moldable, it is now foldable, It is now, it has a capacity of being focused. I'm repeating it, for a long time on a higher subject other than concerning our ahankar and attachment. Generally, our topic of thinking is to whom I am attached to or about my ahankar. Karma Yoga has already cleared this to a great extent. Whatever remaining was there, this Upasana has done that. Now, today I will come to the Jnana Yoga. You know, when a person is a quieter person, you know what is a sign of a quieter person? He wants that I should have no seed of sorrow also. अब जो हो गया सो हो गया, whatever I suffered, but I should not suffer in future. When you have desire of not suffering in any way, in any time, then you are called mumukshu. Mumukshu. Then when grace of God is there, such a seeker of liberation goes to a teacher, because this combination is different, that he gets a teacher. Now when he goes to the teacher, he says, why I am suffering? He says, you are suffering because of situations. Well, why this person is there? Well, suffering is because of two causes. Why? Outside situation coupled by inside enjoyership. These two things make you sandwiched and suffer. Well, but I am having good time. Good time means your situation is as per your enjoyer. And bad time means your situation is not as per your enjoyer. But scriptures say it is not possible that all the time your situation will be good only and your situation will be as per your enjoyer. So therefore, what shall I do? You change two things. What shall I change? You change that, you do something that you don't get a situation. And second thing what you do, you should get rid of this enjoyer. The procedure, generally they say I am going for a procedure. Operation is called a procedure. Hernia, I am going for my hernia procedure. Removing something is called a procedure. Right? Something is removed from the body is called a procedure. Going through this procedure of removing the situations forever and removing the enjoyership forever, these two procedures is called Jnana Yoga. Will you again say what procedure you said? So, going through, will you again say what is the cause of sorrow? That today one situation is there. So there are a lot of fruits of action stacked. Sometimes good situation is there, sometimes bad situations are there. Well, after death, well, why we die? Because the fruit of this body's actions is over. Now you will get another body. What will start? Lots of fruits of action are there, one after another. So I don't want any new situation, because no situation can be perfect, and I don't want my enjoyership. This desire of not wanting enjoyership coupled by the situation is called mumukshatva. Again I am repeating it. Is it clear? Not wanting, in other words, not wanting ahankar and not wanting the situation. Any situation I don't want. Good situation I want. My dear, no situation can be totally good. There will be some element and some traces of badness also. Nobody can have 100% good situation. Well, I am changing my office. That office is better. That office will have another problem which this office does not have. There is nothing called perfect situation for a long time. And if it is there, you just wait, something is wrong going to happen. Well, why you are saying in the morning, something wrong is already going to happen, if something is not wrong. It is not possible to have a perfect situation. Well, but I go to heaven. Kshine punne martalokam vishanti. Heaven will be over exhausted and it will come down. And therefore this desire to be free from inner enjoyer and outer situations forever is called mumukshatva. And from mumukshu comes jigyasu. He says how to do it. And the procedure through which this is done, both these things are removed, is called Jnana Yoga. Okay. Jnana Yoga is not any Jnana Yoga. I am also having Jnana Yoga. Why? I am studying physics, or I am studying metabiology, metaphysics, or no. Jnana Yoga means Brahma Atmaikya Jnana Yoga. That Jnana through which I know the nature of Atma to be Brahma, that Jnana is specifically called Jnana Yoga. Not any Jnana Yoga is called. Course of discipline. So how will you translate? I am translating. Course of discipline to gain self-knowledge for freedom from these two aspects. Got the point? Next one में बोले आगे भाई ऐसा क्या? Course of discipline to gain self-knowledge for freedom from these two aspects is called Jnana Yoga. Jnana Yoga is a course of discipline. ठीक है? हाँ भाई ठीक है. ठीक है भाई. Then what is bondage? Simple definition of bondage. Anything or being can be the cause of bondage. How do you know something is I am bound by something? देखो, the presence of an object or a person is stressful. There are two angles to bondage. First angle is presence of an object or a person is very stressful. Especially the human relationships. Handling the person, especially human relationship, is the one aspect of bondage. Presence of something is disturbing. Somebody, something, some situation is bhar for me. It's a load on my mind. Presence of a person, presence of a situation is stressful. Getting my point? This is one aspect of bondage has two areas. Second is absence of a person or a situation is causing emptiness and loneliness. So presence is of the nature of stress and absence is of the nature of loneliness. These two things combined together is called bondage. I am missing that person very much. I am feeling very lonely. अकेले हैं. I am very lonely. Without this thing, without having money, without having house, without having something. Not having something is a cause of your emptiness. And sometimes having something or somebody is a cause of your not loneliness, is a cause of your disturbance and stress. These two things combined together is called bondage. Acha? So how is that bondage? How is presence of an object is a source of disturbance? Why is the presence of an object or a person source of disturbance? Because the presence of an object or a person is making my eye small. He is making my eye small. And I don't want my eye to be mindy small. I don't want that my house should be small and others' house should be big. My house is a source of my stress. Therefore I don't call anybody. How to call in that small house? I don't like this person. Why? He always makes me feel small. I don't want to feel small. I don't want that, I should go out and I should not be well dressed. Why? People will think I'm not a person who has money. Therefore I dress very well. Inside the house I can put anything. I can put towel only. But outside the house I want to be very well dressed. खूब चमक चमक के आएंगे, हम छमक छल्लो बन के आएंगे. I will be very well dressed and everything the best of this. Inside the house, nothing properly is there. But outside the house, why? I don't want anybody should see me small. I is small. I feel small in my husband makes me feel small. My wife makes me feel small. My son makes me feel small. And therefore anything which makes you feel small, either he may not make, but I feel small. He is not doing, but it is my habit to feel small. That is also the case. He may not do anything, but still I feel that I feel small in his presence. That is the cause of the stress. Second cause of this not having something is a cause of my loneliness, emptiness. That means there is a empty eyes there. Empty eyes there. If somehow I can make my eye, which is not small, is not is empty eye, that is full eye. Vedanta says your eye is not empty and it cannot be made small. It is not a rubber band eye. This rubber band eye, this see, it can be made small, it can be shrunk. So this rubber band eye, that rubber band eye you are not there. You are not elastic eye. It cannot be made small by any amount of insult and by any amount of negligence. It cannot be made small. It cannot be made big. It is already full. The knowledge that establishes you that you are happy and free in the presence or absence of any person, situation, that knowledge is called moksha jnana. This freedom, this is called self-knowledge. This is called self-knowledge. Therefore Bhagavan says, Vidyanam Adhyatma Vidya. I am this knowledge. Got my point? This knowledge, that presence or absence of anything does not make me small or doesn't make me feel empty. Jai jai na jai. Naiva tasya krite nartha. Na akrite neha kaschana. Na chas sarva bhuteshu kaschidartham vipmashrete. There is nothing for me to do and nothing for me not to do. ये भी अच्छा, वो भी अच्छा. Swami Vivekananda used to say, na hato na sato. Neither run away, neither come very close. बोले कैसे हो? बोले जैसे के तैसे. As I was there. This freedom is a result of self-knowledge. Gyan Yoga topic we are taking. I hope you are clear about that. बोले right now तो बड़ा problem है भाई. Right now there are a lot of problems are there. So problems are there, and our problem is, we feel our problem is because of something else. Scriptures say your problem is because of wrong handling of your eye. Mishandling and wrong handling of your eye is a source of your problem. Source of your problem is you mishandled and wrongly handled the eye. Supposing you are cooking many times, those who cook, they all must have burnt sometime. And those who have not burnt their hand, they have not cooked at all. This is the simple thing is there. All housewives, their hand has to burn sometime. You know what, sometimes your mind is somewhere. You lift that kettle. It is very hot. And I am not aware, mind was somewhere else. Or somebody had put it. I am not aware. Jhamak ke pakad liya. So your hand you left it like that. And sometimes you are not aware that gulab jamun is there. Gulab jamun was put in the microwave. And some people take the whole. Some people open the whole mouth and I don't know what is the hurry. Bhai samay hai, gulab jamun is not running away anyway. Cut into 2-3 pieces. Right way is, when are too hungry, maybe he is like that. This is also one possibility. Take a spoon, cut into 2-3 pieces. Take little first, see it is hot or cold. And then they took the whole gulab jamun from the microwave and put. Oh my God! You will have it. You will have to throw it out. Don't hesitate to throw it out. Don't be shy. Throw it somebody. The person who gave, throw on him. So this wrong handling of the gulab jamun made you what is it called, burn. Not because of gulab jamun you got burnt. Please see the difference. Not because of gulab jamun you got burnt. You got burnt because of wrong handling of that gulab jamun. Well, my son troubles me. Your son is not troubling. You didn't train him well. Your husband troubles me. You didn't train him well. It is the wrong handling of something that it is the wrong handling of I that is the cause of disturbances. This is what mumukshu's conviction is. Not ordinary person. Ordinary person doesn't come to I also. He is outside only. He is a student of Karma Yoga. He is not a student of Jnana Yoga. उसको समझ में नहीं आएगा I क्या है. One who feels I have spoiled my I because of wrong handling. हमने अपने अहम को खराब कर दिया है गलत तरह से हैंडल करके. Those who run marathon too much, they have the problem in the knees later on. Too much of marathon, unnecessarily running here and there. Too much of cricket, those who play, they have the problem of this, what is it called, this elbow, tennis elbow, phalana elbow, dimaka elbow. So, too much of misuse is there. Too much of misuse is there. Too much of, similarly, I have misused my I. When a seeker realizes that I have misused my I have wrongly trained the I to be sad, aham dukhi, aham sukhi, aham kami, aham krodhi. I have wrongly trained my I. When he realizes this and he goes to the teacher, then that process through which rectify the wrong I, and after rectifying, getting established in the right I, that process, that procedure is called Jnana Yoga. I hope you are clear. हमने खराब कर दिया उस आई को, बार बार सुखी होके दुखी होके, अहम सुखी, अहम दुखी, अहम दुखी, अहम सुखी. Like children are there, they demand anything. Well, daddy, get me chocolate. He brought the small chocolate. I don't want a small one. I want big one. Big one I want. Cadbury's chocolate. 10 o'clock, daddy is going out to purchase from some garage. He got the chocolate. But I did not want this. I want Ferrero Rocher. Well, tomorrow, today only I want. Well, but it is late. No, garage are all open 24 hours. Some garage are open. You can still get it. 11 o'clock, daddy going. He should have given one slap at that time and slept. So, he went out to purchase that. So, he got Ferrero Rocher. 12 o'clock, he is eating. All box 6 he finished. So, next morning, he said, Daddy, I want to go to, what is it called, some kind of park I want to go. Well, it is still early. Well, I want to go to that. Then you say he's a spoiled child. Why? You fulfilled what he said, you obeyed, tick, tick, tick. Our aham is spoiled because of aham sukhi, aham dukhi. We have conditioned our I by thinking in limited I. All the time doer, all the time enjoyer. And for many bursts together. I hope you are understanding slowly. We are much spoiled inside than outside. This is the big problem. Big problem that I am now going in the process through which I am rectifying. I am now removing the wrong portion of the aham, and this process is called Jnana Yoga. I am trying to simplify as much as possible. Now, how to get this knowledge of the right I? Because it is not that I don't know. It is not that whole child is bad. Whole child is not bad. only some aspects of that child is not good. You don't have to kill that person. You have to chop off certain wrong qualities. They say also, essentially he is good. They say, essentially he is good, but this aspect is not good. So we have to take out that wrong aspect of that child. So not that whole I you cannot take out the whole I. The wrong notions about I, in the I, that has to be removed. And the process is the Atma Gyan or Gyan Yoga.